What up, though? What's cracking, Aquarius? I hope that all of my beautiful and my handsome Aquarius out there are doing well. All right, y'all, so let's go on and get into this reading and see what it is that you need to know. So, it started off pretty good. You got somebody here that's ready for a commitment. So, this particular person wants to have a commitment. They want to have a commitment with you. They see themselves being with you for the long run. Now they want to settle down. Now they want to make you their man or their woman. They're ready for these things now. But it's giving me the energy that, back when you was connected with them or dealing with them, they ain't want that. They weren't ready for a commitment. They weren't ready to just give themselves to just one person. All right, this person, they still want to be a player. They want to be a playette. They still feel like they had people that they needed to deal with. They still want to entertain other men and other women, okay? Now they see a future with you. You see what I'm saying? They see a future with you guys. They want to marry you. They want to settle down. They want to have kids if you still able to have kids. Like, these are the things that they're thinking about now. But I feel like when you was dealing with them, baby, they ain't thinking about none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They was cool with whatever they had going on. And now they're afraid that they've lost you forever. So because of something that they did, how they treated you in the past, maybe this person know your worth, or they played with you. Whatever this person did, baby, they feel like they have lost you for good. Maybe it's because you don't move on. You may have not moved on now, but who's to say you may not move on and find new love in the future here, okay? So let's see what this person did. Let's see why they feel like they have lost Aquarius forever. Messages from my Aquarius. So this one wants to jump out of my hand. All right, so they tried to please everyone but themselves. So this was a people pleaser. So, maybe if they were in another relationship, maybe they had kids with somebody else, they had another situation going on, and maybe they felt being in that relationship or dealing with that person or something, they was going to get a better outcome. Things was going to go more in their favor. But it's like, damn, had I just chose myself and, really went toward what I wanted, like, I wouldn't even be in this predicament now. Look at this. They didn't choose you first. I can't make this up. This particular person didn't choose you first in the past. They stay in a particular relationship. For some of y'all, a marriage, because that's what their family wanted them to do. That's what their friends wanted them to do. That's what their kids wanted them to do. You know what I'm saying? They made a lot of broken promises. So this person may have told you, I'm gonna leave my wife for you. I'm gonna leave my husband for you. We gonna build a future together. We gonna have this. We gonna have these businesses. They made you all these empty ass promises, and it was like you were sitting up here believing it. You thought this is what this person was gonna do because they put a little effort, or they created this illusion that made you feel like that was what they were gonna do. Okay, let's get one more. They regret. Oh, look at this, y'all. What did I just say? They regret staying with this person so long. So they definitely were involved with somebody else. So this person could have put you in a love triangle. They could have put you in a third party situation. And maybe they didn't tell you that they had a husband. Maybe they didn't tell you that they had a wife. This is someone who, for some of y'all, strung you along. They strung you along, making you feel like they was gonna leave this other man or woman for you. But they still chose this other person over you. Let's pull one more. Let's see what type of energy they was in. Messages for my Aquarius. What else do they need to know? My pride and ego got hurt, so I wanted revenge, and they wanted to hurt you too. So something that you said to this person, maybe you checked them about some things about themselves. You told them, you went off on them, you cussed them the fuck out, you told them about themselves. They ain't like that. Anybody else never complained about how they treated them. Anybody else never cussed them out and said the things and did the things you did. They was like, well, what the hell wrong with her? What the hell wrong with him? They weren't going for that. They had a problem with people holding them accountable, for their actions and the things that they said. They was used to people, allowing them to get away with whatever the fuck they wanted to. All right, give us a couple more. Messages for Aquarius. I love you guys. All right, they didn't live up to their full potential. So I feel like you fell in love with the potential. When you connected with this person, maybe it's this illusion they created and made all these broken promises and said all these things that made you believe something. You fell in love with what could have been, or something like that. Like, and this person didn't live up to their potential. The thing is, they had the potential to be everything that you thought that you guys could be and what you could have. But at the same time, they didn't live up to it. For some of y'all, they didn't think that you were good enough for them. So maybe the type of men or type of women they attract that they used to being with or something, you wasn't in that nature. I feel like you were more pure, you were more genuine, maybe you were more into spiritual. Like you weren't normally the type of man or woman that they would attract. But whatever they did, however they were, they had a lot of selfish ways. And they went toward people, situations, and opportunities that was going to be beneficial for them. So let's look at the zodiac signs. Let's see who this reading is about for my Aquarius. Love you guys, and I hope something here has resonated with you. So we got Aries, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces. Who is this about for Aquarius? Heavy Scorpio, Aries, Virgo. Scorpio, Virgo, Leo, Gemini. So definitely about a Virgo. I think I said that a couple times. Pisces, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. All right, you guys. I love you. And until next time, stay blessed.